Neha Sharma and you are watching our special program Spiritual Discussion. Let us begin the program and know the thoughts of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj from Satlok Ashram Barwala, District Hisar, Haryana versus the thoughts of the Chief of Hansa Desh Panth Sant Shri Satpal Ji Maharaj from Punjabi Bagh, Delhi.
The knowledge giver of Gita in chapter 4 verse 34 is telling you to go to the enlightened saint to understand true spiritual knowledge. What is the identity of that enlightened saint? The identity of enlightened great man who is Shrotriya Brahmist, their identity is like you have the sun and you ask what is the identity of the sun. When the sun will shine, the whole world will see. Those who discuss spirituality, that great enlightened man who knows the core truth, will talk about the truth only. He will not talk about right and left. He will talk about the essence and will explain the reality to you. So Shrotriya Brahmist, great man, based on the scriptures, will show you the truth as certified in the scriptures so that you can experience it. Like I keep telling you about sugar and stuff like that, but you will not feel the sweetness until but when sugar is placed on your tongue, then you will feel the sweetness of it. I don't have to explain this to you. Similarly, an enlightened great man, when provide the knowledge of that truth, shows that essence, then there is no need to say it. Therefore, it has been said,
कहा सुनी की है नहीं, देखा देखी बात, दुल्हा दुल्हन मिल पड़े फीकी पड़ी बरात.
So the world fades and the connection of the soul with the God is established.
The initiation you give, did you receive it from your Guru or do you initiate your devotees yourself?
No, it is received from our Sadguru. In our Guru tradition, it is received from our Guru only.
Maharaj Ji, the method of worship which you tell, is it mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita?
Therefore, I told you Shrotriya Brahmist, that is based on the scriptures, that is written in scriptures. Sadguru gives knowledge based on that. It is totally based on scriptures only. Hence, it is called Shrotriya Brahmist.
You just heard the views of the head of Hansa Desh Panth, Sant Shri Satpal Ji Maharaj from Punjabi Bagh, Delhi. Let us know the views of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj from Satlok Ashram Barwala, District Hisar, Haryana.
The question was asked from Shri Satpal Ji Maharaj Ji that what is the identity of an enlightened saint? They accept that an enlightened saint will be one who will give knowledge and tell devotional practices according to holy scriptures. Now, what is the method and knowledge in the scriptures with which Shri Satpal Ji and Shri Hans Ji Maharaj, who was their revered Gurudev Ji, and Shri Prem Rawat Ji, who resides mostly in America, who is his younger brother, are doing arbitrary worship by abandoning the scriptures and are providing knowledge against scriptures. What mantra do they give? They give Hans mantra. Hans mantra is nowhere mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is nowhere mentioned in the Vedas that a creature can attain salvation with this mantra. Look what mantra do Srimad Bhagavad Gita tell us to recite, and what did their revered Gurudev Ji kept them chanting. Look from their book itself. It is true that an enlightened saint will tell spiritual practice according to the scriptures, because our holy scriptures are the syllabus of devotional path and is the course. And who are the gurus? They are the teachers, spiritual guru, spiritual teachers. And it is the responsibility of the teacher to teach his students according to the syllabus that is correct. The servant has thoroughly researched all these cults, explored their devotion and knowledge. To date, whatever history this servant has read their experiences, none of their knowledge and worship is according to the scriptures. This proves that they are not teachers. Their path, their cult is not correct. Taking scriptures as the base, they have told knowledge opposite to the scriptures. Pious souls, this is the request of this servant, that all of you are going the wrong way and you should reconsider the words of this servant. Do not consider the attempt of this servant as criticism. This is an act of kindness. Rarely a saint comes in an era and tells the truth. God himself came 600 years ago, Kabir ji, in Kashi, Varanasi. He told this true knowledge in our interest. But these fake gurus, saints, acharyas and shankracharyas did not allow that real knowledge to come to us and opposed God Kabir ji a lot. They tortured him a lot, but he was God. He was not killed by any of their efforts. They did a lot of torture. God Kabir used to say that all these saints and acharya and shankracharyas have misguided you. They do not know the scriptures. But we did not accept it at that time, because our religious leaders used to say that Kabir ji is not educated. He is from the Dhanak weaver caste, in the Julaha caste, and at that time only Brahmin class had the right to read the scriptures. All the scriptures were written in the Sanskrit language. At that time, these acharyas and shankracharyas and mandaleshwars succeeded on this point, that Kabir ji is illiterate. He does not know the scriptures. He is not even educated. So we assumed that the knowledge in the scriptures is true, and Kabir ji cannot read the scriptures. Therefore, his knowledge cannot be according to the scriptures. This was our biggest mistake. Knowledge is not dependent on language. Literal knowledge is of a particular language, and the function of language is to convey our thoughts to another, be it in any language, but it should be correct. Whether it is in Sanskrit language, whether it is in English language, whether it is in Punjabi or in mother tongue or local regional language, knowledge should be correct. So God Kabir ji had spoken the correct knowledge of the scriptures in a simple language, in simple words which can be easily understood by common people. That knowledge was written by the respected Dharamdas Sahib ji, that was spoken by the God Kabir ji, which today is available with us in many scriptures by the name of Kabir Sagar, Kabir Sakhi, Kabir Bijak, Kabir Dohavali, Kabir Shabdavali, etc. God has described within them the same knowledge that exists in our holy Vedas, in holy Puranas, in holy Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bible and Quran. Pious souls, with this it is proved to us that Kabir ji, while being uneducated, knew all the scriptures and the knowledge that is not even in the scriptures, Vedas and Gita. He knew even beyond that. He is God. For example, it has been said in Gita chapter number 4, verse number 34, that you understand true spiritual knowledge by going to enlightened saints, by prostrating to them and leaving hypocrisy, and by asking questions. Those enlightened saints will teach you true spiritual knowledge. What is that spiritual knowledge? It has been clarified in Gita chapter 4, verse number 32. It is the speech of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm. Here they have done the wrong translation. They have done the meaning of the word Brahmane as Veda. Translators have misinterpreted the meaning of Brahmane Mukhe. They have written the speech of Vedas. The knowledge giver of the Vedas is already speaking the knowledge of Gita. He said that knowledge is different from these Vedas and from the knowledge I am giving in the Gita, that is true spiritual knowledge. So here they have done the meaning of Brahmane Mukhe as speech of Vedas. Here they should have translated as speech of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm, means in speech of Paramakshar Brahm, that he has spoken with his mouth. Brahmane Mukhe. That means in the speech uttered from the mouth of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm. Detailed information about the knowledge of religious practices has been given. After knowing that, then the creature gets rid of all the deeds. So that true spiritual knowledge, the knowledge giver of Gita has said, is some other knowledge. Even the knowledge giver of Gita is also not familiar with that. Similarly, in verses 10 to 13 of Yajurved, chapter number 40, it is made clear that some call God to be Sambhavat. Sambhavat means one who is born, such as in the form of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. And some call Asambhavat means he is not born, he is formless. So it is written in that whether he takes birth or not, whether he is real or formless, the enlightened saint will provide that information. Listen from him. With this it is proved that knowledge giver of Vedas is also unfamiliar with that true spiritual knowledge. Then, explaining the definition of a scholar and non-knowledgeable, it has been made clear in Yajurved chapter 40 verses 11 to 13 that someone who has gained knowledge of letters is called a scholar, and the one who does not have alphabetic knowledge is called the ignorant. That enlightened saint will only tell the information about wise and ignorant listen from him. Pious souls, this servant is that enlightened saint who gives knowledge according to all the scriptures and tells the method of worship according to all the scriptures. Now you are educated, scriptures are available with us, and God has done such mercy on you that you can read these scriptures sitting at your home. Here we also show in satsang through projector and through television, through CDs, in books. We are sending you all the references through photocopies. So you do not even need to buy those scriptures. And still, if you do not trust, then you must see them and compare and then match it with the scriptures, then adjust the direction of your spiritual path accordingly. That is intelligence. Like some person is traveling and he is saying that I am going to Delhi. I have started from Hisar. Someone is going to Delhi from Hisar, from Haryana, and he reaches Sirsa. He is going beyond Sirsa and someone is asking him, where are you going? He says, I am going to Delhi. The second one is going towards Jodhpur. He is also saying that I am going to Delhi. Someone is going to Ludhiana from Hisar and someone asks him, where are you going? I am going to Delhi. Pious souls, if someone tells those travelers that your path is not right, your direction is not right, you are going wrong. So what should they do? They should stop immediately at the same place and observe it thoroughly. Should ask 1, 4, 10 and then travel further. There is some other problem that we are stuck with. Such guides, all of them are telling the same wrong direction. They are telling the wrong direction to be the right one. For that, like a person is saying that path is not right and 10 are saying that no, he is going right. That passenger will have faith in the lies of those 10 because their number is more. And the other one is saying that no, you are going wrong. So at least ask him, why are you saying it is wrong? All these are saying that I am on right path. Ask them the proof. If he is your well-wisher, then he will give you a proof. Now there is a map or chart. If that person proves to you from the map that you are standing here, and here is Delhi, and you have started from Hisar, here is Hisar, and you are going here to Ludhiana. Look, ahead is Ludhiana, it is written Ludhiana on your road, and you are standing here. You have come from Hisar, Delhi is here. Then those 10 would be proved false. They should be discarded that they are lying. And then you should correct your direction. Then the second problem comes in front of the devotees is that we have taken initiation for 10 years from someone. We have been for 20 years. How do we come back here? How do we take initiation from you who tells true spiritual practice? What will happen to that time of ours? That is waste. Like a passenger started from Hisar in his car and reached Sirsa. He had to go to Delhi. So he went wrong 90 kilometers. And there if someone tells him that you have come wrong, now there would be no such fool who would say that what will happen to those 90 kilometers that I have travelled? How should I go back now? No intelligent person can say this. A child can do that who does not have the knowledge of that path. So he will automatically understand that he has come wrong and will turn immediately. He will have to come back. Only then can he reach the destination. If he will keep looking at that 90 kilometers and did not come back, then he would remain sitting there. He cannot reach the destination. Today, this servant is observing is the situation of those devotees who are trapped in these fake cults. They are trapped with these fake saints. 2 to 3 generations have been spoiled. Now they are told the right direction and maps are shown. Our scriptures are our map. In these, the evidence is shown that you are going in the wrong direction. They are not believing it. They have completely believed in their lies on baseless things. They are dedicated. Because whatever groups have been formed over there, the names that this servant has taken of these panth like Radha Swami Panth, Jai Gurudev Panth, Nirankari Panth, the cult of Hansa Desh ones, this Bal Yogeshwar ji he calls Bal Bhagwan, Sri Satpal ji, Hans Raji was his father, their Panth, and Nirankari Panth, Brahma Kumari Panth. There are millions of followers of these saints in crores, and they discuss among themselves and ask their guru. They are already confused, and all your groups are confused. How can you find the right direction by asking them? This servant is telling everyone that your direction is wrong. Your way of worship, the path of worship is wrong. And is showing that the proof is here. See, the map is telling this. At least by looking at these evidence, you should change your direction and accept the true worship path and correct spiritual practice that is available with this servant as evidenced in our scriptures do not consider this decisive effort of this servant, the supreme effort, as criticism. This will be your biggest mistake. Like fake notes are printed by some useless type of people to cheat the world. They print fake notes. They print them of 1,000, 500, 100, whatever. And the government catches them, and how do they tell the difference, both real and fake, original and duplicate? Through newspapers, through television, that is electronic media, they explain that in duplicate this is the defect, this is an error, and the original is like this. The government was not criticizing. They did a great job. Otherwise, millions of people would have been cheated. Poor people would have suffered. This servant is doing the same. I show the scriptures that this is original and this is the experience of these saints. If knowledge does not match, this is duplicate. And these saints are also duplicate. Leave them. Accept the original note. Who would be such a fool? After seeing, they should immediately get alert. Even then, if there is no effect on them, then they have drunk cannabis of ignorance. They are so much under the effect of ignorance that they do not understand what I am saying. What is the servant saying? Yet they are still clinging to them. They are setting the wrong note holding to their chest. Throw it immediately and get the original correct one. Whatever happened earlier happened, you will be saved further. Now the ongoing context was about a cult named Hansadesh, whose promoter is Sri Hans Ji Maharaj. And he has two sons. He left his body in 1966. He has two sons, Sri Satpal Ji Maharaj, whom their followers call Bal Bhagwan, and the younger one is called Sri Prem Rawat, also known as Bal Yogeshwar, who lives in America. He married there. He does not come here. Rarely he comes. He had started from here only. Then differences happened between the two brothers. He does not come here. Occasionally he comes. So the point is that they have trapped crores of people behind them, and they do not know ABC of the path of spirituality. Neither do they know who is God. He is the worshipper of Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Krishna Ji, and considers Gita Ji to be true. They give Hans name, Ha, outside, and Sa inside. Hum outside and Sa inside, and say reverse of it becomes Soham. Then they also give Soham mantra for chanting, So outside, Hum inside. Is this Hans name and Soham mantra anywhere in Gita Ji? In verse number 13 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 8, the knowledge giver of Gita says that of me Brahma, there is only one mantra, Om, of me, nothing else. And by chanting this Om mantra, whoever leaves the body, who chants this till the last breath, attains the supreme state achieved. From Om, and they give Hans name. Do they have any base? Is their knowledge as per scriptures? I will show you. This is a book called Hans Yog Prakash. This is Hans Ji Maharaj. Yogi Raj Param Sant Sadguru Dev Shri Hans Ji Maharaj. The publisher is Shri Premnagar Ashram, registered from Haridwar. From where is this printed? The publisher is Shri Premnagar Ashram, Jwalapur Road from Haridwar. Who has printed this? The printer is Rajeshwari Photosetters Private Limited, 2x5 Punjabi Bagh, New Delhi. See this? 2 words. This book has been written by Shri Shri 108 Shri Sadguru Dev Supreme Sant Yogi Raj Shri Hans Ji Maharaj Anand Kand Sachidanand God. This book has been written in Vikram Samvat. This is 1988, 1989, that is in 1931-1932. And this print was ready in Samvat 1991, that is in 1934. Now see, from 1934 till today, 2012, it has been 66 years. And these 12, it has been 78 years this knowledge continues and is being read. What devotion do they tell? Look, let us take you to page 212 of this book. See on page 212. This is Hans Yog Prakash on page 212. There is Hans named life. When the breath goes in, the sa sound is automatically produced with the breath, and when the breath comes out, the sound of hum is produced. The word Hans is formed by joining hum and sa. By reversing the same word Hans, it becomes Soham. Does it make sense? They say, reverse Hans, it becomes Soham.
What is the need to reverse when the mantra is directly told in Gita?
Om is the mantra, nothing else. They have done nuisance. They have drowned the world. Look, we are reading on the same page 212. The sound of the word Soham keeps happening in the breath of all beings. This is called Ajapa Jap. By mentally reciting this, the mind soon becomes calm and concentrated, and there is effortless meditation. This is called Pranav Yoga or Omkar Mantra, senseless. How can this be Omkar Mantra? Omkar Mantra is Om. See, in any scripture, this Hans is not called Omkar. They are lying. Omkar means omnipresent, omniscient, overall controller and overall nurturer. Hans' name is present in all. With this, all the living beings get a life. Therefore, this is the basis of all. Since this is inside us all, we all sit together. This is the one that controls everyone by worshipping Se, Kar and Hamkar with breaths. The life prayer starts. And this is called self-thinking. Hans is the root cause of everything. Even when the creature dies, it is said that the Hans flew away. Pious souls, look at their wisdom. They say that when the creature dies, when the body is left, then it is said that the Hans flew away. Hans is the creature, then the creature flew, and the creature chants creature. Damn to your knowledge. What are they telling? They say that the Hans flew away. Hans means the creature is gone, and they chant the creature, that is Hans, Hans. Jeev, Jeev, Jeev. Is this a mantra? Whether do it with the breath, whether do its 2 parts. When there is no evidence in the holy books, scriptures, the scriptures of the path of devotion are the Vedas and the Gita and the Sachidanand Ghan Brahm speech, Kabir speech spoken from the lotus mouth by the Supreme Father, Supreme God. These are the certified scriptures like Puranas. These Puranas are not God given. The Vedas and Gita are God given knowledge. What are the Puranas? Shri Brahmaji read the Vedas as his mind worked. He told his experience and also the creation, etc. that is after his life. He narrated the incidents that took place. Other sages heard from him, others heard from them, others listened from them, and at the last who spoke that overheard knowledge with his name, the Puran was prepared. Someone who was a worshipper of Vishnu made Vishnu Puran. Someone who was a worshipper of Shiv made Shiv Puran. The one who was a worshipper of the goddess made Devi Puran. The speakers are separate, and the knowledge was given by Brahmaji. So the knowledge received from Brahmaji, as was his experience, and the knowledge of the author himself, of the spokesperson, combining all that, 18 Purans were created. If the knowledge of these Puranas does not match with the Vedas and Gita, then it is useless. That is the knowledge of a particular person, particular sage in his own experience, and that experience is useless if it does not match with the Veda and Gita and speech of Supreme God, Sachidanand Gahana Brahma. It is meaningless, so this is their meaningless knowledge. Now see, they themselves say this is Hans Yog Prakash. We are reading on page 212. When the creature dies, it is said that the Hans flew away. Is it something? Hans means the creature flew, the creature has gone, and they are telling the worship of the creature. Hans' name is of the creature. They are telling the worship of this Hans. The Hans resides in our human heart. That creature resides in our hearts. Our Ramayana is the story of Hans. That is the story of Sri Ramchandra. Look here again on page 220. This is the experience of this Hans Yog Prakash. That is Sri Hans Ji on page 220. We come here. The yogi should chant the Hans mantra at all times during yoga practice, while walking, sleeping, being awake. Chant the creature Jeev, 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 Jeev. Hans, 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 Hans. Is this something? They have made this children's toy. With that, life goes on. As hum, it comes out and enters inside like say. Look at this. In this way, by repeatedly reciting Hanso, Hanso, by reversing it, turns into Soham, Soham. They have talked nonsense. Does it make sense? When it is a Hans chant, whatever Hanso, Hanso, it becomes
Soham of Hans, Hans.
You consider Gita to be true. Gita has the Om mantra. Where did you get this from? Hans and Soham. Kabir Sahib says, Soham Shabad hum jag mein laye. और सार नाम सार शब्द हमने गुप्त छुपाए. In Kalyug era, before God Kabir came on this earth, this Soham mantra was nowhere in any scripture in Vedas and Gita. They have done mischief by trying to connect their ignorant mantra, meaningless mantra, with Soham, and have also divided Soham into two parts. This is waste. Break the motorcycle from middle and say, take one wheel like this, take this here. You have ruined the purpose. Did you do any good? The original was fine. It should have been same, then only it would have worked. These ignorant who lack true spiritual knowledge have ruined the path and are called Yogeshwar, have attained the post of Maharishi, Mandaleshwar, Acharya and Shankaracharya. They do not know ABC of their scriptures and the path of spirituality and devotion path. They have taken the speech of God Kabir to prove their ignorance as evidence on page 227 of the same Hans Yog Prakash book, and is saying that the reverse of Hans becomes Soham and chant Soham. And what is Kabir Sahib saying? Life will be wasted by chanting Soham alone. Soham should not be chanted alone. Soham Soham jap mare vyarth janam gavaya. The Soham combined with another mantra becomes a two-word mantra, and that is Satnam. That is a two-word mantra. By adding Soham to it, that works perfectly fine. It is told by God, and they are taking the speech of Kabir Sahib in their support. They make efforts to prove Hans to be Omkar, Om, and Kabir Sahib says Omkar Nishchay Bhaya. This Om mantra is of Brahm. It is said that Brahm is also power, but he is not the Almighty. He is not the complete God. Look, this is Hans Yog Prakash. Naam Mahima on page 227. It is written here, Adi Naam Paras hai, Man hai Mela Loh. This is the speech of Kabir Sahib. Parsat hi Kanchan Bhaya, or Chhota Bandhan Moh. Adi Naam. This is the Sar Shabad. This is Sar Naam, Adi Naam. Adi Naam Nijmool hai, और मंत्र सबदार कहे कबीर निज नाम बिन बूढ़ मुआ संसार. What is Adi Naam? Like Sanatan, etc. means Sanatan mantra. Sar Naam, Sar Shabad in verse number 23 of Gita Ji chapter number 17. there is an indication of that Adi Nam. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshah brahmanah trividha smritah. Brahmane ten veda cha yagyah cha vihita purah. Om mantra is of Brahm, who says in verse 13 of Gita Ji, chapter number 8, that Om iti ekaksharam Brahm vyaharam mam anusamran ye prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim. Of me, Brahm, because the knowledge giver of Gita is speaking in Shri Krishna. The Brahm, who is the father of Vishnu Ji, Brahma Ji, Shiv Ji, has pledged that I will never appear before anyone in my original form. That is why in Gita Ji, chapter number 7, verse 24-25, he says that these mindless people, Avyaktam Vyaktim Apanam Manyante Mam Abvidhai. To me, Avyakt, I remain hidden with my powers. I do not come before anyone, and these brainless people must be considering me as Shri Krishna in human form. I am not Krishna. He was speaking in Shri Krishna, then he showed his huge form. After coming out from Krishna Ji, Arjun could not see Krishna, only his light, and they say that God is Jyoti. Arjun also saw the light of God. Arjun saw that Jyoti light, that form of Brahm God. That much was the light of his body, as much as thousands of suns. He did not see Jyoti, he had seen everything. He saw his hands, everyone is going in your mouth. He had 1,000 hands, and they say in Gita that Arjun had also saw the light of God. Arjun saw the real male form, a highly radiant, illuminating body. He says that I never come before anyone, and he tells in verses number 5 and 9 of Gita Ji, chapter number 4, Arjun, you and I have had several births. You do not know, I know. My birth and deeds are supernatural. How are his deeds supernatural? That he never appears before anyone. Entering in Shri Krishna, he spoke the knowledge of Gita and triggered Mahabharat war, a catastrophe. Shri Krishna Ji did not want the war. He was such a noble man. He was equipped with Satoguna. He even said that I will not take up weapons. On one side will be my army, and on one side I will be there, and I will not even take up arms. I will not do such destruction. You are fighting meaninglessly. He went as the messenger of peace to explain them 2 or 3 times.
Let us know the experiences of those devotees who have received mantra initiation from Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji and are following the devotional path told by him.
Namaskar sir, Sat Sahib. What's your good name? My name is Sudhir Das. Sudhir Das ji, where have you come from? I am a resident of village Jindwa, Tehsil Bharathana, district Etawah, Uttar Pradesh. Sir, what devotion did you do before coming to the shelter of Supreme Saint Sadguru Rampal Ji Maharaj? Sir, I used to narrate Srimad Bhagavad scripture before coming to the shelter of Supreme Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. And by narrating that, I used to consider myself to be a great scholar and used to think that this is what I'm doing with this, the devotion to God as well as the business for my stomach too. But only after coming to the shelter of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, I got to know that I've been accumulating a lot of sins. Sir, you were a narrator of the tales. You used to narrate the scriptures of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and you used to consider yourself to be a great scholar, and with that your livelihood was also happening, and you used to believe that along with the devotion to God is also getting done. Then sir, how did you come to the shelter of Sadguru Rampal Ji Maharaj? Before coming to the shelter of Sant Rampal Ji, I used to narrate the story of Bhagavad Gita. This is a very long story, a very interesting story. I had gone to Mumbai intending to narrate the Bhagavad story. While I was on the train, I got a book, Bhakti Saudagar Ko Sandesh. There were 2 sisters who were distributing this book on that train. So one had taken pamphlets from behind, the second one was walking with the book. In the pamphlet, I saw who is the father of Brahma, who is the mother of Vishnu, who is the grandfather of Shankar. Such questions had never arisen in my mind ever. Seeing such questions, I was very surprised. And when I asked my sister, where would I get this book? Then she gave an indication that our sister is coming from behind and will give you this book. I took that book. Coincidentally, as I opened that book, by looking at the picture printed of the upside down hanging world tree, I saw on the roots is the picture of complete Brahma. Because I used to consider myself to be a great scholar, and after seeing that, I started laughing that see, they have told Kabir is a god, complete Brahma, and in this way they have told Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh to be the branches of that. So that sister said, what do you know about Kabir Sahib? I said, I know everything about him. He was a weaver and was found by Neeru and Nima lying on the banks of Lahatra pond, and he was born to a widowed Brahmin. She said that you are a fool. Like this I am wearing this pant shirt today, but then I used to wear kurta and dhoti. Since I used to consider myself to be a great speaker, I said I know everything. How can you say like this? I am a storyteller. That sister said that you do not know anything. You are a fool. Hearing these words, I felt very humiliated in that train. I felt very sad because of that. I thought I will not extend the discussion. I said, sister, how much is this book for? She said ₹10. I took that book and started reading that book. I reached where I was going. By the time I had read some part, I went to the house where there was some program going on. Then when I started to read it step by step, sometimes it came to my mind that it has been written very badly. It is written wrong. It is not like this and that. A lot of useless questions were coming to my mind. But as I kept reading and could not tolerate it, then at one place I had to stop. It was written in it that Krishnji did not increase the cloth sari of Draupadi. It was increased by the complete god Kabir Sahib. Since I had read what was written in the scriptures that Lord Krishna has increased her clothes, so I was very surprised to see this thing, and I immediately dialed the phone number written on that book for Satlok Ashram Barwala. And after that, some devotee picked up the phone. I asked him that there is one book printed by you with name Bhakti Saudagar Ko Sandesh. He said yes, it is printed. So how have you written in that on the page number so and so that Krishna did not increase the cloth? Then he said that Bhagaji, this is absolutely right. First you read the entire book, understand the knowledge, and whatever doubts you have, you come here and I will solve all of your doubts. I said you have spoken wrong. It is not like this. There is no proof anywhere. He said everything will be found with proof, you just come here. So I started reading that book because I used to fast on Ekadashi, and there is a book published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur by the name of Ekadashi Mahatam. I read that book. In that book, I had read that fast of Ekadashi is equal to all other fast of the world. That is, it is the biggest fast. When I used to narrate the story of King Ambarish from the stage, who defeated sage like Durvasa, he also used to keep the fast of Ekadashi, and this story was completely written in it. So I used to believe that this fast is the best. But when I read this book, Bhakti Saudagar Ko Sandesh, I came to know that keeping fast has been forbidden in the Gita. Then it is arbitrary worship by abandoning the scriptural method. Now I understood that truth is something else. Since I considered myself a great scholar, I was not able to agree to all that. I became very sad. So sad, and coincidentally, it was Ekadashi that day. I had fasted, and after going my daily religious ritual, I had not even eaten food and even not had my water also. I was very surprised. So sad, very sad, that I was not able to certify myself that what is written in the book is true, or what have I read till now is true. Entire day crossed, and in this puzzle it was night. I was not able to sleep, and I was so sad as if someone mourns for his son. Even more than that, I was so sad. And what is the truth? Thinking like this, I don't know when I slept at that time. And at the same time, in the form of our revered Supreme Sadguru Devji, God himself came and said to me, son, the path you are getting today is the true path, and the path which you were following till now is really wrong. After seeing this, suddenly my eyes opened. I saw it was 4:30 in the morning, because I knew this is the time of Brahm Muhurt, and I decided that this path which now I am getting is the only true path. So I immediately decided that no matter whatever happens now, I will go to Satlok Ashram Barwala. As soon as the program ended and everything got over and I came back to Etawah, my father, since he is a great bhakt of Shankarji, I told him that, Father, this worship that you do is really wrong. I too had read Gita 1,000 times. When I used to read Gita, chapter 7, verse 12 to 15, it has been written that those who worship Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are said to be inferior, are demonic, and it is written in the last that they do not even worship me. Here my mind used to confuse that why it is written like this. The whole society worships Lord Krishna and God Krishna is only giving the knowledge of Gita, and here it is written that they do not even worship me. And when I used to reach the Gita chapter 4 verse number 34, it has been written that there you go to some enlightened saint and understand that knowledge. So I used to think, who would be that enlightened saint? How would he be like? I am telling the true Bhagatji. When I used to sit on the stage somewhere and narrate the story, I used to see if any saint or Mahatma comes in front of me to hear the story. All of a sudden it came to my mind that isn't he that enlightened saint who is mentioned in the Gita Ji? The way it has been said that go and understand the knowledge of God by going to them. Although we used to read but could not understand anything, I used to consider God Krishna to be our respected. Many times I used to sit in front of Lord Krishna and cry, "Oh God, you do everything and you can do anything. You are the giver of happiness," but I did not get happiness. My father, who used to worship Shankarji throughout his life without bathing, he never even took water. He used to worship God Shankar so much, and if we throw some light on his life, there was never happiness in his life. He did not get any kind of happiness. Leave aside the spiritual benefit, there was no other benefit to him. There was no benefit at all in his life. He lost his eyes in his youth. He used to practice so much but remained sad throughout his life. We were two brothers. Our elder brother, my elder brother and both my brother and his wife also passed away. A lot of trouble came into his life and he got so much trouble. He never got any happiness at all. He got so much sorrow and still continued his devotion. My mother also used to do devotion to Sheravali goddess, and we also do not know why. But from childhood we had been worshipping Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shankar, as it used to happen in our house. But neither I nor did my family received any benefit from that practice. On the contrary, problems kept coming and we used to pray that God give us happiness. When I started narrating the Bhagavad story, I thought that Lord Krishna has shown great mercy to me now, because now the business of ours is also running. Money, respect, everything was available. I had thought that God Krishna had given me everything, all the happiness. He is the giver of happiness. But there remained some disturbance in my mind. I came and told my father that the worship that you are doing, it is written in this book that all this practice is wrong. When I read that book and told him, at first he did not agree. He said this is absolutely a lie. But when I read that book in sequence and narrated to him the creation of the universe, then he understood the whole story. My father developed so much yearning that let's hurry. At that time we took him and started for Satlok Ashram Barwala. Then some more devotees of our village also accompanied. We came here with around 12 to 15 people. As soon as we reached Rohtak, after getting down in Rohtak, I thought, let's find the train, and at what time will I get the train? The train from Rohtak was going towards Bhiwani, therefore I had to leave it. So people told me that you will get a train from here for Jind, and you have to go to Jind. And as soon as I went to find the train, there were some messengers of Kal over there, and they came and confused some of our companions. They asked, where are you going? They told that we are going to Barwala, to the ashram of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj in Satlok Ashram. They said, why are you going there? He is a very big magician. He is a very big tantric. If you will go there, he will conquer you so much that you will not feel good anywhere in this world. You will run here again and again. Saying all that, they confused them. As soon as I was coming after checking the train, a gentleman was saying that once my wife had gone to Kanotha ashram and they gave her prasad, the offering, I did not allow her to intake that prasad and threw it in the tub of buffalo. So that idiot was saying that buffalo broke the chain and reached the Satlok ashram Kanotha. He is such a magician. Now what happened? Some of our friends started saying, brother, we will not go there. I told them that the biggest mistake of you people is that you trust very quickly. At first you believed me. You have come here. Now you are trusting these people. Do not do this. First we will go to the roots. We will find out what is the truth. We will go there and find out the exact truth. Some people did not agree and said that we will go home. I said, if you want to go, then it's fine. My father and I both decided we will go and would come back after finding the truth. We will find the truth at any cost. As soon as we reached Barwala, after reaching Barwala, I called. I said, I am standing here at the roadways bus stand. The devotees arrived there in the vehicle of Satlok Ashram and brought us to the ashram. There was a lot of peace in my mind that these people are very good people. Now we had thought that when we will reach Satlok Ashram, there will be some magician tantric and will give some food and drinks as we had been told. We will not eat. Let us see there. But as soon as we entered the Satlok Ashram Barwala, the old ashram which is in the Daulatpur road, as soon as I entered, I saw a lot of people there. I felt that I know them for a very, very long time. That feeling came to my mind that they are known to me. One devotee came to us and immediately hugged me and said, "You have come after a very long time, Bhagatji." It seemed as if I know him for a very long and felt very good. Then he showed me the whole arrangement. I took name initiation. Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji had mercy on me on October 11, 2009. After that, God did many miracles to me. Sir, what benefits did you get after coming to the shelter of Supreme Sant Sadguru Rampal Ji Maharaj? The biggest benefit that I got, that when we reached Satlok Ashram Barwala, and after taking name initiation from Sadguru Dev Ji, when I went to have his blessings, my father was with me. Since my father could not see, as I told you earlier, Bhagatji, his eyes had been damaged. So I held his finger and took him for his blessings. My father started crying bitterly at his feet of Sadguru Dev Ji. Guruji said, "Son, why do you cry?" When I heard these words, my father looked older than him and he said the word, "Son." It seemed like a hammer hit my mind. I said, how can he say like this? No one can say this to a person older than himself. He should be a god himself. And when I bowed, he said, "Son, you don't know. You don't know how have I brought you out. You have come under the shelter of God. Your welfare has happened." My father wept bitterly. He said, "Why do you cry?" So my father said, "My entire age has gone in vain." He said, "No, I have increased your age by 20 more years." So at that time, I considered this word a great exaggeration. I said that Guruji must have said it, but it was true. When we reached home after taking name initiation, suddenly there was an attack on my father and his condition started deteriorating. I felt he was going to die, but God had said these words. I believed that any saint who is a supreme saint, who is a Sadguru, does not lie. Whatever they say is always a true. I immediately called Satlok Ashram Barwala and told that my father's condition is getting worse. So he said, "Give the holy water and the offerings that you have, prostrate and pray to the God and bring him here as soon as possible." Bhagatji, twice he had attack and his condition improved immediately as soon as I gave him prasad and holy water. After that his condition improved immediately. After that I immediately left from there and came to Satlok Ashram Barwala and bowed down at the feet of Sadguru Dev Ji. In this way, God has till now, my father does not have any problem, and God has said he has increased the age of my father. He is healthy. He is currently around 86 years of age. After that, many more miracles happened to us. My lifespan was also increased, gave life to my child. One day, my elder child had climbed a tree to eat fruit and suddenly he fell from that tree. Where he fell? He fell in the middle of the marble slab that had fodder to the bull and the wooden pole. He fell in between the two, exactly between the two. Suppose if his head hit the firm rock, then his head would have been torn and he would have died. If he would have fallen on a top of the pole, it would have penetrated his stomach or somewhere, then he would have died. That day was his death. But God did so much mercy that he fell between that marble slab and the pole. He had a little hand injury. Now he is absolutely fine due to the kindness of God. This is how he saved his life. And one day, my younger son came here to Satlok Ashram Barwala along with my mother, and when these people were going back from here, they had get down at Etawah railway station. My mother got down, but the little child could not get down and the train started running. My mother started crying loud that my child has gone, my child has gone. Our other devotees were also with my mother. They called me and said, "Bhagatji, your younger child could not get down from the train and your mother is crying badly." I told them to tell my mother that she can come back home quietly. He is the child of God, he is not my child. God will himself do mercy on him. The child will come home on its own. You do not worry. Since I was at home, this conversation was over the phone. Our neighbors and other people were also listening. I said that my younger son who was sitting on the train could not get off. He is there in the train. Those people started laughing, ridiculing that you say your Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj is God. Now let us see if he is divine or not. I said, you don't worry. Do not say like this. You don't know he is God, and see the child will come back on its own after a while. And I became firm with this belief. I said, nothing will happen. God will mercy, and I could not do anything even if I wished. But some people started saying, you go and look. Maybe he gets down at the next station. I said, I do not have any tension. But still, when people insisted and my wife started getting very sad, I said, you don't worry. Today, with the grace of God, the whole family is in the shelter of God. She said, you go, and she started getting sad. I said, you do not worry. Okay, I will go. As soon as I had left the house, what I am seeing that my child is coming on his own from the road. I asked him, where did you exactly leave your mother? He said that mother had got down in Etawah. I could not get down. Where did you get down? I got down at the next station. Someone said to the little boy that, son, you can get down here on this station. His bag had an initiation form of Satlok Ashram Barwala. That was gone, and also the clothes. And the child got down and came. I said, son, how did you reach here? He said that some uncle came there and brought me here on a bicycle. I asked him, where did he go? He said he went back. I understood that this is the work of God. This is not the power of any creature. God had raised my own lifespan as well. Once I was returning from Bhind district to Etawah. I was sitting in the Maruti van ahead. At the speed of 60-65, the Maruti van driver tried to control a lot, but maybe the steering failed or something happened. It went straight and hit the wall. So, the dashboard in front, I was sitting in front along with the driver. He saved his driver's side, but the side where I was sitting, the car was absolutely destroyed. I got stuck in that. I felt that both my legs have been cut and the bottom part of my body from here is separated, and I felt that my lower body has been separated. Now, my death is certain. At the same time, I felt if someone is saying to me that, son, recite Satnam. As soon as I chanted Satnam, it was only 2 minutes. Immediately, there was consciousness in the body. I felt that someone had blessed me. That was the grace of God, that my body is alright. I felt myself to be fine. The legs are also safe. There is no problem as well. Now, what happened to me? Since I was trapped, I was pulled back and I had a lot of injury over there as well. There was too much blood coming out. My death was certain that day. But God did mercy on me, gave me a new life. I suddenly remembered those words that I had once asked a tantric in my childhood. Once a tantric who reads the hand had come to me. I showed him because earlier there was such a belief in my village. He told me that, son, you will die at the age of 35. Always considered this as a lie. And he also said that your brother had also died in the age of 35 years, and so will you. Immediately I remembered that day. This servant had already completed 35 years that day. I understood that God has graced me. Today was my death. In this way, God extended my life, did great mercy on me.
Sir, after receiving the name initiation from Supreme Sant Sadguru Rampal Ji Maharaj, you received many benefits. You also got a new life. Your children got the boon of life. Your father also got a new life. Sir, what message do you want to give to the devotee society?
First, I would like to thank the people of Sadhana channel for bringing the truth in front of us. We did not know what the truth actually was. And I am very grateful to the people of Sadhana channel. And especially, I would like to thank my sister Neha Sharma for the way she presented that program to us. She was very helpful in that. People are understanding this very well. From that, people are understanding this very well. I would like to thank the people of the Sadhana channel so much that they have conveyed the truth to us. And this is the work of media, that they should bring the truth. I would like to give the message to the devotee society that those brothers who are stuck in Ram, Krishna and Vishnu, by becoming the storytellers like me, are calling themselves great scholars. I would like to pray to them again and again that you must come here in Satlok Ashram Barwala district, Hisar, Haryana. Please leave that false path, and there is no benefit from doing that worship. You consider yourself to be scholar, but actually you are not a scholar. You are increasing your sins. And in the Satlok Ashram Barwala, Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, an incarnation of God Kabir himself, has come. After coming to his refuge, you can be benefited. Otherwise, no saint in the world going to any temple, mosques, anywhere, your welfare will not happen. I am saying this truth, and it is the truth that your welfare is possible only after coming under the shelter of God. Otherwise, welfare is not possible anywhere. You are cheating yourself by reciting this false Bhagavat narrative, or by proving yourself scholar in some way or the other. You are wasting this human life. I would like to pray to you that those people who are listening to this through the Sadhana channel, I would like to send this message to everyone that very soon come to Satlok Ashram Barwala district, Hisar, Haryana, without losing any moment, and take name initiation from Sadguru Dev Ji Rampal Ji Maharaj and get your welfare done. Thank you. Sat Sahib.
Thank you so much.
आप सुन रहे थे जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के मंगल प्रवचन। अधिक जानकारी के लिए विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.jagatgururampalji.org। संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के शुभ आशीर्वाद से पूरे विश्व भर में 500 से भी ज्यादा नाम दीक्षा केंद्र हैं, जिन पर संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी द्वारा ऑनलाइन निशुल्क नाम दीक्षा दी जा रही है। अपने नजदीकी नाम दीक्षा केंद्र का पता करने के लिए संपर्क करें 8222880541।